for a year. The move ends his month of limbo in the transit area of Moscow's main airport. He managed to slip away unseen. A Russian lawyer who's been helping him says he's gone to a secret location. Well, Edward Snowden is still wanted in the US for leaking details of secret government intelligence programs. Our Washington correspondent Matt Frei joins us now live. So is this what he wanted?
Well, it is indeed. I mean, he wanted it 2 weeks ago, and he must have been watching those pictures of Bradley Manning, Private Bradley Manning, being found guilty of espionage and various other things earlier this week. And he would have thought to himself, I'm sure, I don't want to end up in a cell close to Bradley Manning. So that has sort of sped things on in his own mind. And at the same time, the Russian authorities, and we can see pictures of his Russian lawyer today at the airport in Moscow, decided to fast-track his application for asylum, which normally takes about 6 months, and lo and behold, here it takes about 6 days in this particular case. Because, of course, Russia will miss no opportunity to kick sand into Uncle Sam's face at a time when relations are already pretty low. And America, for that matter, will miss no opportunity to criticize Moscow, to criticize Vladimir Putin. So they were pretty furious about what happened today here at the White House. And Jay Carney, the spokesman, spoke just a few hours ago. Listen.
Mr. Snowden is not a whistleblower. He is accused of leaking classified information and has been charged with 3 felony counts. And he should be returned to the United States as soon as possible, where he will be accorded full due process and protections.
Well, relations have been bumpy for a while. I mean, how crucial is this particular row over Snowden?
Well, the point is, Krish, that what happens at Moscow Airport doesn't stay at Moscow Airport. This has implications not just for bilateral relations, which have been soured by a whole range of issues, including an anti-corruption law which bars 18 senior Russian officials from entering the United States and really upset Moscow, but also, of course, Syria, which Jay Carney mentioned. Over Syria, the two are at loggerheads, and unless the Russians and the Americans can cooperate on Syria in the United Nations Security Council, you're never going to get a diplomatic solution over this incredibly difficult and bloody issue. But then there's also a conundrum for President Obama at home, because he's being hammered from all sides about this. He's been hammered by Democrats and many Republicans, by the way, for being excessive in his surveillance programs, precisely the kind of thing that Edward Snowden leaked about, unveiled. At the same time, he's being hammered by his former foe, John McCain, Senator McCain, for being too weak on international policy, being too weak in the face of the Russian bear. So it's a no-win situation for President Obama, and potentially also in the long run for Edward Snowden.
Thanks, Matt.